Okay, so we're going to be doing the video tonight of using the Akai MPC, using that to come up with ideas, along with the bass sound that we've programmed on the MicroBrute, and also the riff that we've done on the Mode Machines Zox box that we've been lent by Dynamic Distribution, who've also lent us these lovely Monkey Banana Turbo 5 speakers that I've been getting on with all week in the studio this week. Been sounding very nice indeed. Plenty of bass, plenty of tops, nice EQs, low and high EQs on the backs of them there. Sounding very nice compared to my Genelec speakers, which I still love, but these have got a little bit more low end on them. Very nice indeed. Anyway, let's get on with this idea and see how we get on. So I'm going to go get some sounds from on here. Let's go into here and only show programs. These are just loops and sounds and things that I've made up myself on here. So we've got a bit more volume on there. So just a chop loop. Okay, that'll do for that. So we've got a 2-bar loop on here. I'm just going to drop straight into record and drop some drums in here. Let's just turn down the Zox box because I've already got that syncing on MIDI. Just undo that. Let me just speed up a bit as well. Make it up to let's do 128. Okay, so 128 on there. You can see everything I'm doing here on this area on the screen here on the hardware. So I'm just going to go in and just put the kick drum down again. Okay, new track. Okay. No repeat. Okay, that sample's got a bit of a thing in the end there, so I'm just going to go in and just see if I can tweak that out. You can see that on the end of it just over here, so I'm just going to grab the very end off of that, like that. Perfect. Maybe it's on the start, please, bring better. Okay. That'll do. Just get rid of that, use a different hi-hat on that. Going on there. Select all, delete. Let's just use that. Use that one. So that'll do for that. That's our basic drum beat. You already see here that the lights are running on the Zox box, so I've got it set to pattern MIDI sync. Got MIDI connection in the back of here. I'll turn the volume up on here, you'll hear it coming. I've already pitched it with the tuning knob here to be obviously in tune with what we've got playing on here. So I'm just going to sit there and play along with that for us now. Cuts off. Okay, so let's start with a little bass line part to go along with this beat. Sound. It's triggering the it's actually triggering the sounds on the pads there as well, because it's coming in on MIDI obviously. So I'm going to just go ahead and make a new program on here and make it a MIDI program. Do that, and then track. It's going to be back to drum for track 3, because that's my hi-hats. I'm going to go track up and then change that to MIDI on there, so it's now it's playing 2 because the sound's coming out of the keyboard, and also the MIDI's coming out into the MPC and back out to the keyboard, so you can hear like 2 sounds. That'll do for the moment. Not too fussed about that. Okay, so quite nice. So let's just record that into here. Of course, now you just get the one sound coming back from here, but it's still playing the keyboard. So that's alright for there. Leave that in MIDI for the moment. So we've got this playing a pattern from in here. The drums are playing from inside the MPC, and it's triggering the Zox box. Okay, so that sounded pretty nice. Probably need to get some sort of pad type thing now, I should think. So I'm going to jump onto my JX up there, I think. Check they're in tune. Just change the tone on that, it's a bit easier to hear it. Okay, it's just detuned itself. That's that. And just make sure this is right as well. So what I'm doing, I'm just playing this note it should be on the JX, and then going back into pattern edit on the Zoxbox and just tuning it to get it to actually match that same note. Now switch it back to MIDI sync, select the pattern, bank 5, pattern 3, and play this. Okay, so now it should be alright. Okay, so let's plumb the JX. I'm just going to play the JX directly straight into the sampler, into the MPC. I've just put my inputs to there. Let's bring it down the mixer here, and up on the keyboard. There's now the JX playing into the MPC itself. I'm just going to record that straight into there. So it's going to sample record. Let's bring the threshold down on there. You can see what I'm doing here in this area of the screen just here. You can see when I play the keyboard. It's a bit hot. Better. Okay, so I'm just going to play this and then press the record button to record the audio. So I'll play the pattern on the sequencer and then record audio at the same time. Here we go. Okay, so we'll just call that JX pad. Okay, keep that, and then we'll just go and edit that, take the front off the end. This is exactly what I'll do with the Zoxbox pattern and the bass line of the way as well, for the final track. Probably not in this video, but that's what I'll do in the final track for it. And then I've been normally doing is to taking the audio out, sticking it into Logic and mixing it in Logic. So you just bounce all the audio out of the MPC and mix it in Logic. It doesn't matter too much about that. So let's just zoom in on that a little bit there. Make sure we get that right smack on the start of that. Okay, edit. Discard the outside bits. Alright, so there's our sample now. And all we've got to do now is just go to a new track on here, and I'm going to make a new program. It's going to be a drum program. I just want to play it for pad. I'm going to get my new JX pad sample here and just drag it to that pad there like that. And that makes that pad play it there. I'm also going to edit the program and have it so that the sample is actually a one-shot sample, note-on sample. You can see that happening there. Just here, switching that around on there, so it's one note-on. So it plays only when I hold the note. Just in case I want to stutter it or something like that. Probably don't, but you never know, so I'll do it now anyway. And cool, we'll just stick that in now. Okay, so that's 2 bars, that's 4 bars long, that pattern I've made. So what I need to do is I need to double the pattern. Don't undo that. So I need to actually double the pattern itself. So I need to go into sequence edit, and then I'm going to copy bars, which is 3 on the keypad, and I want to copy after bar 2 for 2 bars. So I'm going to merge those together. Now I've got 4 bars here on the middle there. You can see that. So now they'll be playing the same thing, but now it gives me some space to do the second 2 bars of the pad. Let's just get the end of that and just lengthen that out there. This is the great thing about this MPC software, because you have all the ability of changing the notes around just as you would do in Logic or something like that, but because you're playing it like an instrument and you're actually using the MPC hardware, it's so fast to do things. It's just fantastic. Anyway, so I'm going to get on with putting the bass line down into onto a sample on here, and also the Zoxbox pattern into a sample. I'll take certain patterns with different cut-off filters and maybe a sweep up and down, all that kind of thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these samples from this particular idea up on the website as a free sample pack download, and then you guys out there will be able to just remix it, do what you like, send it back to us, see what you come up with. All right, have a good one.